Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Stairway to Heaven. Now, I'm almost certain we've featured another puzzle with the same title before, but this is going back to Will Power's, I'm guessing like 70s, 80s, kind of various songs and tributes to them. So it is a willpower puzzle. You know, when you haven't played a willpower puzzle for almost a week, you feel like there's a mistake somewhere and you have to fix it. Anyway, before we actually get onto the puzzle, I did actually look into whether I can have Stairway to Heaven as the backing track for the video, but unfortunately I will end up with a copyright strike, so apologies. You're going to have to listen to it on your own, and you won't be able to enjoy it whilst I'm actually solving this puzzle. Speaking of which, let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set with Stairway to Heaven Led Zeppelin by Will Power and the following set of rules, of course, with the obligatory verse from the song. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. What a phenomenal song. I should have actually mentioned, although when I was a kid, so my sister had a piano at home, so I ended up playing keyboard, just, it's there, you play with it. But as every teenager rebels, I did get a guitar in my teenage years and played that until I got to university, and then I kind of, for some reason, found other distractions. Anyway, rules-wise, we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and then, of course, every 3x3 box. Killer cages, something that Will Power once pointed out to me. If there is a plus next to the rule title, it means there's a twist on the normal variant rules. So numbers in cages sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage, so far familiar. Cages with the same total have the same digits in them. Excellent. So let's have a look at an example. So if this 6, for example, is 1 and 5, they add up to 6. It also means that this 6 cage is 1 and 5 as well. So keep that in mind when you're trying to solve it, otherwise you may end up getting stuck. KROPKI pairs, numbers with a white dot between them, are consecutive and not all possible dots are shown. I only see 3 in there. So for example, if this cell is a 2, this would have to be 1 or 3 so that they are consecutive. Not all possible dots are shown. So if that's a 3 and 2 and 3 with a kind of without a white KROPKI dot, all of that will be allowed under today's rules. That's all we have for today. So as always, if you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. Fairly obvious, there's a stairway in the middle. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Now, when I spotted the 6 and 5, I immediately know that this is the place to break in. So obviously 1 5 could be 1 4 or 2 3. 6 could be 2 4 or 1 5. You'll notice that the 1 4 and the 2 4, the 2 4 breaks both 1 4 and 2 3. So if I end up with a 2 4 inside the 6, I cannot fill this 5. Another way to do this, which some of you may find easier, is to think of them as a single cage. They are all in the same box, so they have to have different digits, and they add up to 11. So that can only be 1, 2, 3, 5. No other way of getting to 11. Now we've got to remember the fact that when we have a 6 cage, that means all of these are 1 5. 1 5 with Sudoku means that 1 and 5 are in here, one of which is inside the 8 cage. Because obviously 1 and 5 paired add up to 6. We've established that it's not going to add up to 8. So it's either 1 and 7 or 3 and 5. And we're going to have to discover which is which in a bit. Right, this 7 cages. So this cell cannot be 1, 2, 3, or 5. So you kind of have to think about what this could be. So if it is 1, 6, it could be 1 and 6 this way. Cannot be 2, 5 because this cell can be neither. It could also be 3, 4. So that's one possibility, but this 1, 5, had I paid attention, actually disambiguates this immediately. And remember, the 7 cages are all the same. So this 3 tells me that's the 3, that's the 4. There's no 3 in here, therefore no 5. This is a 1, 7 cage. This is a 5 inside here. We've got 8s, yeah, they're all going to be 1, 7. We've got a 7, they're all going to be 3, 4. I haven't missed any, nope. 9 cages, less. Maybe, actually, I was going to say less interesting, but that's not true. So this 9 cage cannot be 1/8, cannot be 2/7. This 9 cage cannot be 3/6. And remember, because they are all the same, this can only be 4 and 5. That is 4, that is 5. Don't know what these are. Oh yeah, I do. That's 1, that's 5. 4s tells me that's the 4 because this is right. Let's try that again. 4s. Where is 4 now in box 4? It can only be in here, which disambiguates this 7 cage. And of course, there's a 1-3 cage in here. That 1 tells me 3 and 1. And we're on to 10, 11, 12, 20, and 18. And they're all unique digits at this point, so not quite as exciting anymore. Kind of half tempted to think about the 18 cage, given how many digits we've already placed. Thing is, 18 and 3 cells, you know, that's an average of 6. It's not hugely useful. Now, under the 6, I've already used 1, 3, and 5, so the only things that I have available left is 2 and 4. Can't use both of them in there, can I? Because that would mean that this is 6 plus 12 to get to 18. So one of them, one of the 2s and 4s is in here. And then the other, oh, it's got to be 4, 6, 8, doesn't it? No. 2 would leave me with 17. Sorry, 2 would leave me with 16, and 7, 9 is not available. There you go. So 2 is outside of the 18 cage. 2 is not here. That's 2. 4 is definitely in there with 6 and 8. And the 4 is actually specifically in here. And this is definitely the 9. These cells now, there's a 6, 8, 7. That's the 7 because of this 1, 7 pair. And this is 6, 8. Lovely. The 18 cage was unique, so not hugely useful. The 10 cage. So, doesn't include 1, 9. Doesn't include 4, 6. It could be 2, 8. It could be 3, 7. I'm just paying attention to the Sudokus here. And that's fully pencil marked. And for the moment, it doesn't look like I can disambiguate further. Probably the white KROPKI dots are going to be useful soon. 3 is in one of 2 cells. In fact, let me just pencil mark all of these options. Let's just have a look at what's left. I have 2, 9, and 6. And this is quite useful inside the 12 cage because, let me just remove that 3. 2 can't go inside 12 because that would be 10. 6 cannot go inside a 2 cell 10 cage, sorry, 12 cage because that would be a double 6. So this is 9, this is 3. And this is not 9, yep. And then the 11 cage may be interesting now. 2, 9 not available. 3, 8 not available. And then 5, 6 not available. This has to be 4, 7. Which gives me 1, 7 on the other side. Have I broken it? Sorry, I got stuck on this for a second. I'm trying to find 3 consecutive digits with what I have remaining. And I'm not seeing it. What? How did I break it? Sorry, I'm just going to double check all of my cages. Hang on. Numbers in cages, sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. And cages with the same total have the same digits in them. So no, I think I'm correct in thinking that the 7 cages, it's kind of universally true. It's not just... So how about the 18 cage? Is that where I messed it up? This is not a 6. Dear oh dear, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna undo, that'll be quicker. That's why. Now, that can't be 2, that hasn't changed. But this could be 3 or 5. It can't be 5, so it can be 3 with, it is a 3, sorry, excuse me, not can be 3. Now, I'm actually going to focus less on the 11 cage because this cell is interesting. So 1, 2 doesn't work because 1, 2, 3 is not available. 4, 5, 6 does, but it doesn't because 4 and 5 are not available. 6, 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9. There's definitely a 7 in here. Okay, back to the 11 cage, not 2, 9, not 3, 8, not 4, 7. It has to be 5, 6. So that tells me this is 7, 8, 9. The 8 has to be in the middle. This is 7, 9. That 7 gave me 7 and 9. And this is whatever's left, 4. That 3 gave me 2 and 3. That 1 at the top gave me 5 and 1. That 7 gave me 1 and 7. That 4 gave me 5 and 4 a long time ago. I don't know how I didn't spot that way earlier. 3, 8 and 2, 7 seem unresolved. 5 and 6 gave me 6 and 5. I think that's it for the moment. It's probably the 20 cage now. Obviously, I could do a lot more Sudoku, and I probably should do a lot more Sudoku. So 2 is in one of these cells, just in column 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6 and 8. This is my 6, 8 pair. These are another pair of, I'm going to say 7 and 9. That can't be 7. That's 9. And then this is 2, 6, 8. Less helpful. Then I have another 6, 8 in here, plus something. A 2. An unresolved 2. And then I have another 6, 8 in here, plus an unresolved 9. Okay, Sudoku is not proving too useful right now. 20 cage. 3 cells, just shy of average of 7. Now I feel like this time, the numbers that are under 7, which are 2, 5, and 6, I'm actually going to need a few of them. So I could do 5, 6, 9. 2 doesn't work in here because it would leave 2 cells to add up to 18. So 2 is not there, 2 is not here, that's 2. Now, 9 is definitely inside the 20 cage, and therefore this is 5, 6, 9. And I'm left with an 8 that can only go in here. 9 is now in one of these 3 cells, not hugely useful. Is the 8 doing anything? Is it 3 or 4? None of them are doing very much, if I'm honest. 3 in there. So I have another 6, 8, a 3, and 9. Again, not very useful. Let's have a look elsewhere. We have another 4, 5, 6 somewhere. So 5 in row 2. Well, actually, unfortunately, it can be this cell. Right, where am I going with this? I need a 2, which has to be in one of these cells. I need a 4. So I need another 4, 5, 6. A 2 and a 1. Yeah, not too sure. This maybe. What are these? 1, 4, 8, I'm going to say. That's 8. That's 1, 4. That 1, 4 gave me 7 and 1, which helps me in here. That's 2 and 8. That removes the 8 disambiguation from the 6, 8. So that's 8, 6, 8, 6. That becomes a 2, 6 pair, less useful. And this becomes an 8, 9 pair, which is resolved, 8 and 9. That's not 9. That's the only place for 9. 5, if I paid attention, would have resolved a bunch of things for me earlier. I meant to put 9 in here. I don't know why that. When did I make that typo? And then in here was a 2. And I've got 2 more cells. 6 and 7. That's 7. That's 6. I said in here there was 3, 9, and 8 now. Unresolved. I mean, I can remove a few options, but I can't resolve it. Then I've got 3, 8, 9. 3 and 9 in here. That's 8. This is 3, 9. That's not 8 again. This is another 3, 9. It's not 9. That's 3, 9, 3, 9, 8, 8, 6, 2, unresolved, resolved, 1, 5, 1 and 2, yeah, 1, 2, which gave me 6, 2. I need a 3, I need a 6, I need another, nope, 7, and then I need 6, and if I'm not made any mistakes, 9. To be fair, I have made a couple of mistakes with, yeah, pencil marking here when I didn't notice that 6, and then for some reason mistyped this one. Anyway, another phenomenal puzzle from Willpower, a nice smooth puzzle for a Monday morning. I really do hope you've all paid attention to the rules, and I still suspect I'm going to read a few comments about the fact that I got stuck and then I read the rules and so how that played out. Anyway, hope you guys had a fabulous weekend, you enjoyed the puzzle in the video, and I'll see you back soon. Bye bye for now.